So if you want to block print on a piece of lino, you can use Battleship, but this is actually just an easy cut lino. It's pretty soft rubber. You can use this. This is my favorite for beginning. You're gonna also need a soft graphite pencil. And the reason why we use that is to trace our design on a piece of trace paper, but the lead's so soft that then we can transfer it over onto a different, back onto our piece of lino. And then you're gonna need some block printing tools, which I will grab. They'll look like this. So there's different styles. Any of these will do. The red speedballs have this little container in the bottom, and it pops open and then stores extra tips in there. So you can just untwist the cap, untwist the top, and then slide a new tip in there. It's pretty easy. The thing you want to be careful about with block printing is all of these blades are really, really, really sharp. And so when you're going to cut something out, I'm gonna get a piece of scrap actually. You always want to be cutting away from yourself so that you're not, let's put a little design on here. Now I'm drawing a complete blank of anything I'd want to make. Let's see, let's keep it simple. Make sure your stems on things are thick because you need it to have the line. And then it's kind of interesting because you need to be able to think through where you want things. Like if you want it to be solid, then you want to leave it. And if you want it to be, if you want it raised up, does that make sense? So this is just a really basic design. And then I'll probably leave, this will all end up being solid, so we won't carve that out. We'll carve out the edges around it. I'm just marking this because I've got my little. So I'm gonna flip it over. If you're ever using letters, you would want them to be, you have to be careful with when you're doing letters because you have to do them backwards too. Then use the back of the pencil or a spoon, go over the lines. I hope I used a good enough graphite. That didn't look that soft. What is this? This is a 1H. I don't think it's gonna work actually. Let me take a peek see. Oh yeah, if you have a very complicated design, you can tape down one side so when you're peeking at it, it's not putting your design in a new spot. Does that make sense? I'll go ahead. So you'll tape the edge there so that that way when you lift to peek at it, it's staying in place. Does it make sense what I'm saying? And then get the edge. Okay. Excellent. So it's not like tremendously bright, but it works. Can you see it? So now we have the different size tips. This one right here will do like a really deep groove. This guy is one of my favorites. It just does a nice little thin channel there. Same for this one. You always want to be pointing away from yourself. Always want to be pointing away from yourself because if you slip and you come this way, you'll cut your hand. So we'll make our first cut. Just follow the edge. Now I'm not cutting out the inside of my flower because I want my flower to stand up. So there we go. Oh, it's so peaceful. I love block printing. It's like just ridiculous. But this often can slip away from you and like you're like, Hang! So you can easily damage your table. It'll grind, like tread right into there. So I work on either a piece of wood or could even just work on something else like this for these simple designs. There's actually like tools for, there's a, oh gosh, the name of it's eluding me right this second, but there's a tool that, it's a piece of wood that hooks on the edge of your table that protects your table, that if you start getting into it more seriously, I would recommend getting one of those. But and then that's that. So you just try out the different tips, see if you get the desired results that you want of what you're trying to cut out. Like here, I'll switch to this one. You're welcome.